Warren and Stuart Watson outside Portman Road. Inside Portman Road, this evening Ipswich took a giant step towards the knockout stages of the Papa John's Trophy. Don't laugh. It's a serious business. They take a big step towards the knockout stages of a competition that ends at Wembley with a 2-0 victory over Arsenal. Third time they've tried to beat Arsenal's youngsters. They've done it tonight, and it was really pretty comfortable, wasn't it?
It was, and it should have been really. When you looked at those two teams on paper, Ipswich Town, very strong. Senior 11, we know the depth this squad has got. It was a front three of Harness, Chaplin and Ladapo, which is arguably on paper the strongest front three that they have. Davis played again, stayed in the team from the weekend. It was a proper first team, as it was in that first game against Northampton, who they swept aside 6-0. We wondered if this would be a tougher challenge against Arsenal under-21s. But it was a very young Arsenal under-21s side, not anywhere near as good as the previous two young Arsenal sides we've seen come to Portman Road, and a couple of goals at either end of the game, bookmarked, as you say, a pretty comfortable win.
Yeah, I think when you score inside 3 minutes, which Town did tonight, thanks to Dominic Ball slamming in at the back post from a Ladapo flick on, when you do that, Ipswich really need to be in control against a Premier League youth team from that point, and they were. We've seen them lose a lead against a previous version of this Arsenal team before, but while that was nagging at you, it didn't really feel like that was going to happen tonight. The tempo dropped on a few occasions, but I think Ipswich did a pretty good job of lifting themselves back into the tempo that they clearly tried to set from the kickoff. They set their own tone from the kickoff. They one little pass back to Vincent Young, and he was bombing forward from kickoff. There was a real desire to raise a tempo in which, in an atmosphere that can be quite difficult with so few fans in the ground, but I think they did a good job of that and maintaining it when they needed to throughout the game.
You're right, it dropped at times, and that is natural. It was 5,000 or so supporters in here tonight. At times it can start to feel a little bit flat, and you have to kind of self-generate that motivation, and by and large they did throughout this game, and I think Arsenal were limited to 2 shots on goal in the end, and took a while for them to wrap it up, and wrap it up they did. You've talked us through the first goal. The second goal was that man Freddie Ladapo, who proved to be, once again, just as he was in the latter stages of the Northampton game, a very popular goal scorer tonight. Yeah,
second game in this competition, the second game where his goal has been the biggest cheer of the night. Before I talk about it, I just want to point out your silhouette in this. I'm really enjoying looking at your silhouette with the phone camera in hand. But the goal was kind of the punctuation mark on an interesting night for Freddie, wasn't it? A really good finish from a really good Dom ball, through ball, to score the goal. A really big cheer, but there had been some chances gone wayward before that, and that prompted some. There was some support, singing of songs from the stands, which real strength of character to get through that, I think, because I'm not sure every player would have taken that positively throughout, but Freddie seems like he did, and once the goal went in, a big clap and a big kind of salute to the fans. He took that all really well, but I'm not sure every player would. So there's a real strength of character from them.
There's a big hug from McKenna at the end. That was his last act of the game, and then they took him off, brought on Gerard Buebo, youngster, making his debut. But you're right, that was encouragement from the North Stand that bordered on patronising, I would say, at times in the second half. They were starting to, I think that it was good intentions there to kind of back him as the chances came and went, but that might have got in some players' heads. Certainly when they were asking for him to give them a wave during the game when you've had a few chances come and go, may not have been the most helpful. Eventually he got his goal, he came off and he did oblige, and he gave them the wave, and he'll be feeling a bit of relief tonight, I'm sure, but we'll still be wanting that first goal in the league to properly take the weight of off of his shoulders, won't he?
Yeah, next stop in the league is Plymouth, obviously on Sunday for a televised Sky game. The story of this competition, though, is that it's 6 points from 6 for Ipswich. That doesn't necessarily mathematically mean passage to the knockout stages just yet, but there's every chance now. They've taken a really big step towards that, with just one game next month to come against Cambridge.
Not our best shot video tonight, apologies. We'll try a bit better for you at Plymouth at the weekend. See you then.